Hey, Gus. Obviously, you're the defensive coordinator, but I'm just curious to know when you're trying to, on one hand, help your defense get prepared for the week, but also, there's a new quarterback coming in. How collaborative is that process to help him adjust to different looks that he might see throughout the week? Throughout the game.
Are you talking about with Sam?
Yes, sir.
Well, we kind of do our own thing over on the defensive side, with our walkthroughs and things like this. So, it's basically, we're preparing for Washington and everything they do. So, we get a little bit of time together, but not a lot against our offense.
Joel Erickson.
Hey, Gus, you guys have been moving DeForest around a lot, getting him outside, just trying to find matchups. The way he's playing, is it just trying to get him as many one-on-ones as possible?
Yeah, we move him around basically for that, or just, give him some different looks. He's got such a great skill set, the ability to play inside, when he's an outside, as a rusher, and also his length and ability to set the edge. So it's really by a game basis. And, what we think we can do to utilize his talent and get him on some one-on-ones like you're saying. But, we're fortunate to have him just because of, not many guys can play inside and then move outside as well.
JJ.
Hey, Gus, when you're going in practice and, Frank has talked about how Sam has been in practice, can you just feel that when you're getting those good looks and those plays from a scout team quarterback?
Yeah, I really like Sam. His presence and, attention to detail, he's very poised. When he goes against us, I think he's always trying to get better. Whether we say, hey, we want to throw into this guy, you can feel him kind of going through his progression as if he was the quarterback. And, he's done a great job against us, as far as when he is scouting for us and being the opposing quarterback. So I just, as far as his presence, I think that's what you feel the most from him, as a defensive coach, his poise, he goes through his progression, his accuracy, and, basically what we've seen other than in training camp.
Last year, did you have to prepare for him in that Raiders game when everything was going on with, didn't know if Carson was going to play or not?
Yes, we did. And, it forced you to kind of go back and look at all of his games that he played in and, and how he played. There's a lot of preseason games, so I'm sure that's what they'll do now is go back, look at preseason and try to get a feel for, the things that he does well.
George Bremer.
With Taylor Heinicke on the other side, you only have one game tape of him from this year, but he's played quite a bit in the past. Do you have a pretty good feel for who he is and how he fits in that offense?
Well, you're right. You go back and look, kind of like what they're going to have to do. But last year when we were in Las Vegas, we played against Washington, and he was the quarterback. So, as far as, his coaches, we experienced some of them and some of our players have, but, it'll be, it's different this year, kind of seeing how they operate their offense and what they're trying to do with him. So again, we're trying to find as much tape as we can on him.
Go two more here. Joel Erickson.
Gus, you've been in Frank's seat. What kind of support can you offer him in what's been a tough year on his side of the ball and just as a head coach?
Well, Frank's a tremendous coach, and we have multiple conversations, and that's what I enjoy about Coach Wright. It's about defense and how he sees it from an offensive perspective. We've added some things to our defense, changed some things up based on the perspective he gives and the influence he has had. So I've really enjoyed our conversations, and there's no doubt he's, gets credit for some of the things we're doing defensively as far as our change-up look. So, we generally have conversations, offense and defense, and how an offensive perspective looks at things.
James Boyd.
Gus, obviously Grover's had a big year, 12 tackles last week. Can you speak to maybe the level of things that he does that we don't see in the box score? Because it seems like he had 12 tackles, but he also just wrecked, 20 plays where he's just doing Grover things.
Right. I think over time, I've grown to really appreciate what he brings. A tremendous attitude, tremendous work ethic and practice. You're getting the same guy every day in the building. And the spirit that he has obviously permeates through our team, through our defensive unit and the team. But his skill set, I think we go into games, sometimes you strain your best players. So there's times where we might be, missing a guy in the fit based on coverage, where we take a guy out so we can get extra coverage. And then you strain the D line. And, we've strained him a lot, and to see him perform like he did has been great. And I know that you're very grateful when you have a player like that you can put a lot on and he performs at such a high level.